Richard, we are going to bring some live bromance to Chicago for the 2018 Chicago Podfest Festival. So come on out, check us out November 27th. It's a Tuesday at 8:30 at the Beach Kitchen in Chicago, Illinois.
I am so excited. I decided that everybody should have a gift basket.
Let me check our budget. Maybe gift yeah, maybe. We've got tons of bumper stickers, so yeah, it'll be
yeah, bumper stickers and bromance and free hugs.
But come out, it's the Chicago Pod Festival 2018. It's like I said, it's gonna be What About Chicago in the Language of Bromance at the Beat Kitchen in Chicago, Illinois. Tickets, Richard, only $12.
Oh my god, that's like $1 a month.
Yeah, you could. I mean, come on.
For the price of a cup of coffee, you could help struggling podcasters. I feel like we should post this. We should post this ad with a picture of our faces, and we should have little bugs on our face.
Yeah, for $1 a month.
You can do that though, because I don't like bugs.
That's true, but. If you're free people, if you're free LB Army members, come on out, check us out. Like I said again, it's the Chicago Podcast Festival 2018, November 27th at 8:30 p.m. at the Beach Kitchen in Chicago, Illinois.
Help a struggling podcaster in the arms.
Wait, we don't have the budget for that.
Oh, shit. No gift baskets, no Sarah McLaughlin. How do you say it? I don't know. Go to the show. What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Sean.
And we are speaking the language of bromance. Sean, my compatriot,
Richard,
my buddy, my bro, my hetero life mate.
Yeah. My ride or die.
Yeah. No matter what our wives say.
Yeah, that's right.
My unconsummated friend.
Hey, could you imagine, like, thinking ride or die? Like, I always think, like, biker gangs.
Yeah.
Like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
We would not last in that world, Richard.
You don't think so?
I don't think so. I mean, as long as they put us in a room together, like, if we, like, I think of when they, like, the guys got thrown in jail, like, you know, they're the badasses in jail because they're, like, protecting each other.
Yeah.
The one dude you haven't seen that show, have you?
No, I haven't, but I think I'd survive. In fact, Sean, I'd thrive.
Because I would be fancy.
That's right.
This mouth can do wonders.
That's the only way I'm getting through this.
Like, all right, Richard, we got to go find the biggest guy and suck his dick, right?
Yeah.
No.
That's
Richard.
that's the plan. All right, got it. All right, guys, everybody, you guys can call me Sir Gasil. Here we go.
Too much teeth. Well, I don't need these. Whack, 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 whack.
Who needs teeth anyway? It's all pudding here, right? It is for Cosby.
Oh, topical.
I know. Worth it. Anyway, Sean, today I'm not going to talk to you about pudding or Cosby or fellatio with multiple men in a prison, despite how much you want me to. Dear Penthouse, I was pretty sure this was going to happen to me.
And guess what? I deserve this.
Oh, yeah. This is how I got my first teardrop tattoo.
Oh, but Big Bob said it's not a teardrop. It's a...
Yeah.
Yeah. Substitute tear for something else.
Insert bodily fluid here.
Yeah.
That was my next tattoo. No, Sean, I'm going to talk to you about an animal, not in a wild animal, not in a country you would normally associate with that animal. So I'm going to talk to you about kangaroo.
Ooh, Ooh, kangaroos are mean mother truckers.
Dude, you ever see those videos of kangaroos and they always look like they're pissed off?
Yeah.
Like they always remind me of like a college frat boy, like you see them stand there and they got their chest all puffed out and they're all like, come at me, bro.
Well, they like flex too. Like the
yeah. They like
like,
pop, they pop out their elbows.
Hey dude, I did arms today. What up? Come over here. I'll kick you with my legs and my tail.
Everything I know about kangaroos, I learned from Looney Tunes. So I always assumed that kangaroos would just like beat the ever loving shit out of you if you ever got close.
They actually box, I think. Like, I know that was always kind of thing. Like, boxers would go up to them and they were like, "Hey, let's use these animals for our entertainment." Thanks, SeaWorld. And
so wait a minute, are you saying we taught them how to box?
No, they like actually bought. Yeah, that's what happened. Like we
brought this on ourselves.
They were
look what we have created.
And like they'd flex because they thought it was funny. It's like, ha ha ha! Look at this. I did arms, but I would never use these for violence. And then man came to the island, Australia. Yeah. It's like, oh, look at these things. They look like boxers. And they put boxers
punch, and then they just keep punching the fucking roos.
Yeah.
And then finally, no. What happened was there was a baby kangaroo. And the baby kangaroo saw his dad like get the ever loving shit beat out of him by like a dude, like some dude comes off the boat and he's like, "Oi, governor," because they're from England, and they're like, and he's a prisoner, so he's all about like, I'm gonna fuck this kangaroo up, and then I'm gonna fuck its mouth, and so he walks up. This is how the kangaroo's gonna get a teardrop tattoo and just starts beating the shit out of it, right?
So what happens when he walks up, because they like to flex, like the prisoner guy's like, "Hey, what's up, you stupid looking horse?"
No, you're not doing it right. You gotta do it in an English accent. Be like, "Oi, governor, I'm gonna beat the loving shit out of you." Punch, punch, punch.
Where's your fish and chips, mate? Why are you pointing in the wrong direction? Oh, fuck you up.
Accent.
I won't sound like a Texan. But so like they're flexing, and the kangaroo's like, "Oh, flex, yeah, cool." And the prisoner gets pissed off. It's like, "What? You come at me, bro? Come on, bro. You want to do this? Let's go."
Yeah.
And so he starts punching him,
and he's like, "No, we're a peaceful, we're a peaceful, loving people here in Australia. Nothing here tries to kill you." And then he's like, "Yeah, tell that to the fucking koalas that I just fucking ripped its head off."
And it's all like Nancy Kerrigan on the ground, like going, "Why?"
Yeah.
Why?
So then there's this baby kangaroo that like pops out of the mom's pouch and sees like his father fucking humiliated. And he's like, "Not me, not today." And the fucking baby kangaroo starts like sneaking around and he's watching him.
Oh,
right?
Yeah. Like
he's
shadow boxing.
Yeah, he's like sneaking around and watching them and like learning the way they move. It's like that scene. Do you ever see that movie 13th Warrior where they're all sitting around a fire?
No. Isn't that got Tom Cruise in it?
No, Antonio Banderas is in it.
No, yeah, 13th Warrior is like a fantasy D&D almost, right?
Yeah. So there's this scene where Antonio Banderas is sitting around a fire and he's watching all these Vikings because he's from like Arabia. Well, I don't know. I don't know if Arabia works, but he's from the Middle East, and he's sitting around the campfire and he's just watching all these he's watching and listening to the way they talk.
As he polishes his sword. Yeah,
no, he's not polishing his sword. He doesn't even have a sword at this point.
Oh, I thought he had like one of the curved swords.
He gets that way later. Well, I'm at the beginning of the movie, Sean. Don't fucking jump ahead.
Sorry.
So anyway, so he's sitting at the fire and he's watching these motherfuckers talk and he's listening to them. And just by sitting there and listening night after night after night, he learns their fucking language. And then one of them fucking calls, like points at him and says that his mom's ugly. And then all of a sudden he starts talking like in their language. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Oh, by the way, at least I know who my mother is." Yeah. Burn. And then the dude's like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like, "How did you learn how to talk?" And he's like, "I listened." But that's what this kangaroo's doing. He's like watching them box. And then he goes home and he starts practicing. Cue the Rocky music. And he's fucking doing push-ups. And he's like,
hitting the body bag.
Yeah. He waits until everybody goes to sleep. And then he goes out there and like hits the body bag and he hits the speed bag.
This is like Creed 1 and 2.
Yeah, but
Because
it's a
his mom's
kangaroo.
like, you can't go out there. You know what happened to your father? Drago knocked the
Oh
shit
my
out of
God!
him.
Yes, fucking an Outlander comes to Australia,
Yeah.
kills the dude's fucking dad, and then. But wait, if that's the case, then wouldn't the kangaroo fight that dude's son?
No, kangaroos age quicker, so like they reach like adulthood quicker than humans do.
Did you just make that up?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I'm going with it.
I mean, most animals do. I mean, like humans are the only ones that take 25 years before they're productive in, society.
Well, some longer, but that's neither here.
You know what? One day Richard will be productive members.
Guilty. So the kangaroo grows up and then like he's just fucking like wandering around. He's like wandering around outside like the house or whatever. Or no, he stands outside and he's like waiting. He's all fucking puffed up and he's like waiting for the dude to come out.
Yeah.
And he's like, "What are you doing here? Didn't I fucking kill your dad?" And the kangaroo's like,
kangaroos, mate.
He's like, "Oh, he's developed a new accent in the 3 months he's been living here."
Oh, and they challenge him. It's Roo versus Drago, kind of too.
Yeah. So then the dude like comes up and he's like, "Fuck you, kangaroo," and goes to slap him. But then the kangaroo like catches his arm.
No,
and
it's boxing, so he like ducks and moves.
Oh yeah, he goes to slap him. He fucking ducks and uppercuts him.
The guy's like, "What the fuck?" And he goes to punch again. It's like boom, boom, 2 to the body.
Yeah,
Guy swings duck to the chin.
Yeah, and then another dude comes out of the house because he was like a few guys there because they were hanging out and fucking drinking Foster's or wherever the fuck it was. What is they drink? I don't know. But then another dude comes out and holds out a fucking boomerang, and then he goes to throw the boomerang, and the fucking kangaroo catches it and throws it back.
He's like, "This fight's between me and him."
Yeah, and then they're like, "Holy shit, a talking kangaroo that can box." I just want him. And then the kangaroo wins. And then he starts a school for other kangaroos. And that is the story of how kangaroos learned how to box.
Yeah. It's known. It's gone down in history.
Yeah. Good old kangaroo McRoo face.
Yeah.
Roo McRoo face.
Yeah, because they'd always yell, "Roo, roo, roo."
That's how you'll rue the day. That's how that,
That's where that came from.
That is exactly where that came from.
I love history class.
Me too. But anyway, this kangaroo is nowhere near Australia. So anyway, let's table. I felt like it was good to provide some context with the story of the kangaroo. But now we're moving on. Sean, this kangaroo is not in Australia. This kangaroo is in Austria.
Austria. Good day, mate.
That's not
another
no.
shrimp on the bar.
That's not, no, this Austria. They talk like this. No, actually, they talk like this.
They like to lift weights there.
They get to the chopper and they lift weights. They like to pump. They like pumping iron. Oh, they're so good. Oh, grab my kangaroo hand. Let's get to the chopper. That's pretty good.
It's not pretty good. I like your Schwarzenegger.
Thanks, buddy. Okay, so we're gonna talk about this kangaroo. So this is it's not just any kangaroo, Sean. This is a mystery kangaroo. This is the kangaroo of mystery.
Like, because they don't know how it got there? Probably.
Oh my God, is this like Homeward Bound?
I was thinking more like Home Alone 2, Lost in Austria.
Lost in Austria. Who are the crooks then? Is it two like zookeepers? We're going to pump you full of tranquilizers.
Look at this stupid little Roo. He thinks he's strong. He flexes all the time. You don't have pecs like Franz.
Oh, you don't flex. You're a girly Roo. That's not girly man flexes. Yeah, that's how girly man flex. Anyway, so there's kangaroos in Austria, and I have no idea how it got there, but apparently this mystery kangaroo is at large.
Like it's still running around.
As of the writing of this article,
Like there would be nothing scary. Like animals you can think of if you hear are on the loose in your area. Like what would freak you out? Tiger,
lion, mountain lion, dude. I swear to God, this is a 100% true story. So where I live,
is this like the how kangaroos learned how to boxing reel?
Maybe no. This is just freaky. I had a friend. Yes, this is 100% made up. I had a friend who lived about like 45 minutes away from me near a park in the woods, kind of in the woods. So anyway, he tells me this story about like how like his patio furniture is getting all like fucked up or whatever.
Okay.
And I was like, that's weird. You know, he's like, I assumed it was like a raccoon or maybe a fox or, whatever, but they're not big enough to fucking like overturn furniture and shit like that.
Yeah.
So one day I get an email from him with all these picture attachments. Swear to God, Sean, there was a fucking mountain lion on his back patio.
Oh, shit.
Just like fucking like wandering around.
Just like a cat, like banging into shit, knocking it over.
Yeah. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, how would you like to have walked out to like be drunk and take a piss off your porch and that be out there?
No shit. And not just that, like my thinking is this. Like you're sitting in your living room and you got like, your patio door or whatever, like your sliding glass door, or not even your sliding glass door. Let's say you just have the screen and then you look over.
It's a nice day out, you're letting some ladies in.
Yeah, it's like a nice, cool summer evening, and you're fucking hanging out, and you're drinking a beer, and you're watching a baseball game, and you look out, and you just see these two big glowing eyes because the light's reflecting off it, and then you're like, there's a fucking mountain lion on my goddamn back patio, and the only thing that's separating him from eating my face is a thin layer of fucking cloth mesh.
Yeah, and your home security system.
Which is what?
It's what are the big home security systems? I don't know. It would go off and it would scare it.
Yeah, that's what would happen.
Actually, all you need is a laser pin.
You really think that a mountain lion is going to turn into a kitten? Like you're like, oh, look, it's on the tree. And the mountain lion's like, ooh, paw, paw, paw.
Maybe. I mean, that would be like the best like thing in the world. Like,
and then you go out and
you would market that. You'd be like, no, this will work every time.
And then you go out and give belly rubs. I feel like it's the equivalent of saying punch a shark in the nose.
Yeah. I mean, if you're getting bit by a shark and you punch it in the nose, I mean, at that point, you're going to bleed out.
Yeah.
Because that's what a majority of happens when people get bit by sharks. They really don't die from like getting swallowed whole. It's like the shark bites their legs like, oh, this tastes like shit. Blech.
And then you're like, yeah, it's my ass.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, Dick. Now I'm dead. Because you severed my artery.
Ew. And you ate my poo.
Yeah. And then it's going to be your poo. It's poo's inception.
You bit me where the poo lives. You know what really like kind of freaks me out when it comes to like getting bit by a shark in the water. This is real. I've really had this thought. Like the thing that I think would hurt the most is the fact that you got bit and like you have this like big giant gaping wound and all the salt water is pouring into it. I feel like that would be like
pouring salt in the wound.
Yeah.
I think at that point,
quite literally.
I think at the point where that happens and you realize like, holy shit, that hurts because of the salt, like shock's going to set in and you're going to be dead. I think the thing that would freak me out is like you're swimming and all of a sudden it's like car crash into your leg. You're like, what the fuck? Dead.
Yeah. Yeah. Will you ever swim in an ocean?
I have. I do it kind of like nervously. I don't like swim. I like swimming when we go for like Mexico.
Do you know how to swim? Is that the best?
Yeah, I know how to swim.
Okay.
I just don't like to get too far out where I can't really like see the bottom. In
so
Florida,
have you been to the ocean and gone out far enough that you cannot touch the bottom and you're just kind of like,
no, the place that I go to, because they say most shark attacks happen like fairly close to the shore.
Yeah.
And like in Florida, because they have bigger waves, like when the waves come in and roll, they kind of have like a little dugout ditch. So like you walk into the water, it drops, but then it evens back out where the waves kind of stop.
Yeah.
Which is like 30 yards away from the shore. So I've been out there before. But yeah, each time I sailed in, like on my boogie board, I'm like, I'm going to die. I'm going to die.
This is where it happens.
Yeah, and
I made it.
I get up and I've got this raging boner, and everybody's like, ew, gross. I'm like, what? It's a fear boner.
Yeah.
I
like,
just cheated death.
Fuck you guys. I made it. That's what's important here. What the fuck were we talking about? Oh, kangaroo. How do we get to sharks? I mentioned sharks because of the punch in the nose.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they also say like jab them in the eye or stick it.
You know what I love? I love it when we reverse engineer the last like 5 minutes. Like, how the fuck did we end up here? I don't know.
Oh, punch them in the nose. Wait, what happens if you stick your thumb in their butthole?
Oh, what if you...
I don't think you could reach a shark's butthole.
Yeah, but no, I was going back to kangaroos. Where's the butthole in a kangaroo? Is it under the tail?
I'd assume so. That's where most of them are, like most animals with tails. You know what's interesting, Richard? If you watch Jurassic Park or Jurassic World, none of the dinosaurs have buttholes.
No, I don't think that's true. I think that in one of the Jurassic Parks, they showed a T-Rex butthole.
Oh, did they?
I think so.
Somebody pointed out, like none of them had buttholes.
I think it was in the original Jurassic Park. I believe that T-Rex had a butthole.
He's like, my one demand: we got to keep this real, guys. T-Rex has got to have a butthole.
I'm here for the realism. I'm here to make my art. I'm making truth in my art.
And
they're like, fuck, yeah.
Did E.T. have a butthole? Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I made sure
he did. It's just that it never really justified for me to put it in a shot. But I told those motherfucking Muppet makers, I was like, you put a butthole on that because that's how I live. I live by truth. You know who else has a butthole? Indiana Jones. Never saw that either, did you? But you know it's there. So we're putting one on fucking E.T., goddammit.
You know what they have in common? There's hours and hours of footage on the cutting room floor of Han Solo and E.T.'s butthole that the damn studio wouldn't let me include. But guess what? I got it on the goddamn T-Rex.
That's right. And Jim Henson was like, dude, I already put a butthole on it. I fucking anticipated your thought. And he's like, you did? And he's like, yeah, I put buttholes on all the fucking Muppets, but you don't see them. Yoda, butthole. Kermit, butthole. Miss Piggy, super butthole. Gonzo,
get away with it, Steven?
Gonzo's got a butthole. It's in his stomach. You know why? Because he's a weirdo, and that's why I gave him a long nose. It looks like a big floppy dick, and I gave him a fucking butthole in his stomach.
You want to do some more cocaine, Steven? Goddamn right I do.
One day I'm going to make a movie and put fucking dinosaurs in it. And guess what? Dinosaurs are going to have buttholes. And then some fucking studio.
One day I can make a movie with a bunch of buttholes. It's going to be the theme song.
And then some studio's going to be like, get rid of goddamn buttholes. I'm trying to make this PG, Steven. And he's like, you know what isn't PG? Life. Life isn't PG. And they're like, Steven, it's a movie about fucking dinosaurs. What's real about that?
You know what? Like, you know what, studio? Life finds a fucking way, doesn't it?
That's right.
Oh, shit, that's
sometimes life finds a way out of your asshole. So why is this kangaroo in Austria? See, I almost fucked up. I almost said Australia.
Yeah, why is he there? Is he trying to run away from Steven Spielberg?
He wants to fill my butthole.
I was just standing around in Australia and Steven's like, you know, your tail kind of looks like a T-Rex tail.
No, else that's butthole Roger Rabbit. I need to work on that movie, but Roger Rabbit's got a fucking butthole. It's got a dick too, and you know where he puts it? In Jessica Rabbit's butthole that I made sure was there.
I made those artists draw it.
I said no, wait. Before you put on those goofy red suspenders, I want to see his butthole. And they're like, really? And then he's like, please. Oh, so a kangaroo of unknown origin is on the loose in Austria, raising eyebrows in the area. Okay, just for the record, I am totally going to butcher all of these names. Raising eyebrows in the area around Helmondstadt, and causing confusion on the internet.
Well,
you know why, Sean?
I would think more confusion on the streets. Like, so it'd be kind of like if you're like standing around, like you're like waiting for a bus or waiting for your coffee, and all of a sudden you just see this big looking rabbit thing bouncing down the street.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What if at first you didn't think it was a kangaroo? You thought it was a giant fucking like mutant rabbit that like escaped from a lab somewhere?
Holy shit. I wonder if it has a butthole.
Or if it knows fucking kung fu.
Because I guess they are just like big bunny rabbits to an extent, aren't they?
Yeah, they got
tails.
Yeah, they got bigger tails. Well, they got like the big like swaying tails.
I don't know if it's prehensile or not. Like I think they can kind of rock back on it.
I don't think it's prehensile.
But I don't think like they can like whack people with it.
According to Looney Tunes, they can totally like rock back on it. They can like sit on it, and then they fucking like boosh boosh boosh, and then they fuck you up. Yeah.
This is for killing my father, you butthole son of a bitch.
You butthole having fucking kangaroo. I'm gonna show you your own butthole.
Oh, that's a good point. I don't know if you can even see your own butthole, can you?
In a mirror.
Well, without a mirror. It's like you can't lick your own elbow. Try it.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
I can't. I broke something.
Wait, why are you trying to lick that? Richard, we're on camera.
I finally made it. I just need the momentum.
Amanda, step on my back.
Have you done that? Like, okay, like full confession, I did try that when I was younger. When I was
who hasn't?
When I was like, I don't know, like 12.
I mean, you kind of do the stretch and you're not even close. You're like, oh, no, I feel like a pervert.
No, see, I was smart. What I tried to do was I sat on the couch. So I sat on the couch, but like with like my butthole was on the was like sitting on the couch, but my legs were up against the back of the couch. So basically it was like I was sitting on the couch in reverse. So my theory was that I would fall back onto the floor and that the momentum of me falling back would carry my bottom half to my top half.
And what happened is you just knocked yourself out and Steven Spielberg walked in and goes, oh my God, a butthole.
That's fucking underage butthole. We can't film that. This kid's 12 years old, for God's sake. Fuck's the matter with you people? Let's get out of here.
Jurassic Park?
Why are you looking at my butthole, Mr. Spielberg? Research.
Movie business, kid.
This is show business. We're show people. That's how we roll.
I don't think I want to get in that business, Mr. Spielberg.
Sure you do. Just you wait. Kangaroos are, of course, indigenous to Australia, and Austria is, of course, not Australia.
It's close.
That's like apparently, for some reason, they felt the need to make that a paragraph unto itself. The sentence, Austria is, of course, not Australia, for those that are apparently hard of understanding how a globe works.
Yeah, it's like, just take a look at a map. Australia, and you know what, most of the time, like Australia, they don't even make like up to like the actual size of it in comparison to everything else.
You know, that's true. You know how they say Greenland, if you look at a globe, Greenland, or a map, Greenland and Africa look roughly the same size, but Africa is actually like 7 times larger. It's
a big old country, big old continent. It's not really a country.
No, it's a lot
countries.
There's countries, plural. But there's a marsupial hopping about in Upper Austria, and no one knows why.
You know what he's doing? It's a sitcom, Richard. He's just trying to make it day to day and this busy.
I'm just fucking living my life. And you fuckers show up. I got some dude that shows up, tries to fill my fucking butthole, and I'm just trying to fucking live my life and go to the fucking. I teach boxing. That's what I do. Because you know why? Because that's all I fucking got.
Stereotyping motherfuckers.
I have one skill in this world, and so I'm just gonna push it.
You know what I got my degree in? Marketing. You know what? No, you know what places won't hire me? Marketing places. I've got ideas. Great ideas.
I was the chemical engineer in my homeland. It's kind of like the dudes that you see like driving taxis, and they're like, in my country, I was, a fucking nuclear physicist.
Yeah.
And I'm like, now you're driving a cab?
Like, oh yeah, it's much better here.
Yeah. And I'm like, what fucking nuclear science were you doing? But apparently driving a cab's like, this is so much better.
Well, most of the time, they're like, oh shit, I said it again. And they reach for their gun. You have to jump out of their car.
Yeah. Ugh. Living in the big city. The suspected kangaroo, we add a caveat because it could well be a wallaby instead. It could be a wallaby. What's the difference?
Like close, do they? Like wallabies are short, I thought. Like
I have no idea. What's the difference between a kangaroo and a wallaby? I assume size. I assume that like a kangaroo is much bigger because like I see the pictures of kangaroos and they're like all fucking, like I said, like chest puffed out and all like, oh, bro, come at me, bro.
I mean, I guess, yeah, they kind of look the same. They look very similar. Wallabies are look like more fluffy.
Oh, so wallabies are like the cute ones?
Yeah.
So what you're saying is when the prisoners came off the boat, they should have fucking beat the shit out of the wallabies?
To start out, yeah, kind of warm up. Well, I don't know, because then it'd be like, oh shit, wait, they get bigger? All right, we need to stop this.
This is a big fucking wallaby.
They beat the shit out of the kangaroos, and these little like cute wallabies come by and like, oh, there's more. And they just kick them. These are fun-sized ones.
Oh.
At what point did Australia become not like a prison state?
I don't know. Isn't it still, right? That's where they send everybody, right? Because that's where if I ran the UK, I'd be like, send them to Australia.
If that'd be
that's where everything
that'd be like here. If they're like, hey, you committed a crime, we're going to send you to Hawaii. It's like, oh well, I'm going to commit some crime to get sent to Hawaii.
Yeah, and then it's all fine. Yeah, you're thinking that, and it's all fine and good until a fucking snake bites your face off, or a giant spider fucking crawls inside your brain and lays eggs.
That's true.
Or a koala just beats you to death with its enormous fucking arms. Or a kangaroo shows up and treats you like a goddamn punching bag and then shits in your fucking mouth out of its butthole. And then the wallabies come around and cuddle up to you and act all nice until you go to sleep, and then they chew off your fingers. Yeah. That's what they do.
And then you walk outside trying to get away, and guess what's waiting outside for you? Emus.
Yeah. Oh God, the fucking emus and the crocodiles.
There's videos of like you go swim in the ocean, you got to worry about great white sharks and crocodiles.
See, and you're like, oh, that's like getting sent to Hawaii. Yeah, if Hawaii was fucking a reality show where everything tried to kill you, not going.
I wonder if that's like, so what if, let's say like there were super intelligent animal life forms before us. What if they sent all their bad animals to Australia? That's why all the bad shit's
and that's why they're all there.
Yeah.
It's like the prison. It's like, oh my God, it's like there was a fucking old Godzilla movie called King of the Monsters where they collected all the monsters and dropped them off on this remote planet called Planet X. So it was Godzilla and Mothra and the three-headed dragon, King Ghidorah, and like and a bunch of other ones. And they just like fucking had this like battle royale until one monster was left and they were declared the king of monsters.
And they just got the planet all to themselves.
Spoiler alert, it's Godzilla.
Oh, I did see that coming.
So anyway.
So maybe that's what, so we've put all these bad animals on our planet X, which is Australia. And now we're starting, like, man has forgot. So man's starting to be like, oh, we got to, like, take these animals and put them in zoos.
They're like, oh, this looks like a nice place to live. They got beaches and let's build an opera house. And meanwhile, all these animals are like, fuck you, we're here for a purpose. 12 enter, 1 leave, 12. It's like Thunderdome.
Species Thunderdome. But now this one kangaroo that's running around Austria is trying to figure out like, oh, we're gonna get a pipeline. We're gonna get all these fucking animals out, and guess who gets to be the rulers of planet Earth now?
Oh, he's staging a fucking prison break.
Oh,
it's like Shawshank Redemption.
I was thinking like the movie or the TV show Prison Break. He's got like tattoos all over.
He's like, got a fucking teardrop.
Did you ever watch that show Prison Break?
No, I didn't.
It was pretty bad. I didn't like it.
I wouldn't think it would be.
It had like 4 seasons. Like the first season was cool.
I watched a little bit of that show Oz. That was harsh.
That wasn't about Prison Break though. That was about like prison rape.
Oh, isn't that what we're talking about? Same thing, right? Prison break, prison rape, right? No,
I don't think so.
One's good for the prisoner, the other one's not so much.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's too bad.
Find the biggest guy and
suck his dick. You want to see my butthole?
Well, I think that's why you would do it, is to save your butthole.
That's a good point. Like, don't show it, and then maybe he'll forget it's there.
You're gonna be my prison mate.
You remind me of E.T. because E.T. didn't have a butthole. Yes, he did. Oh, damn it! I fucked this up.
Richard, phone home. I don't want to.
Ouch.
Play you like a puppet, Richard. I get that reference. I wish I didn't.
All those Muppets in Dark Crystal, they all had buttholes.
You want to hear the story about how kangaroos learned to box?
So apparently the kangaroo or wallaby has been seen, quote, numerous times over the past week, according to Agence France. An unnamed local police officer spoke to AFP, this is French press, saying, we have called all the zoo.
French press. Oh, who doesn't love a good French press coffee?
No, it's not. It's oh, damn it. I don't know where to go from here.
Is it really Austria French press?
No, it's Agence France. Agence France Press.
France? So not France. French.
No, France. No, it's France. It's like the French equivalent of the Associated Press.
Oh, okay. So France is coming in and being like, "Hey, we hear you got a kangaroo."
Yeah, because they're French. If there's one thing that they love doing, it's making fun of other countries. They're like, look at these look at you stupid fuckers with kangaroos running around.
You don't even know if it's a kangaroo or wallaby, you dumb sons of bitches.
We sent all ours to Australia.
Oh, we have big tall building. You don't have stupid kangaroo. We write story to make fun of you.
Yeah.
We spit in your general direction.
Out of our buttholes. An unnamed local police officer spoke to AFP saying, we have called all the zoos and the kangaroo breeders around us, but no one is missing a kangaroo.
Like, there's multiple kangaroo breeders? I feel like that's something that
That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't know that kangaroo breeding was a thing. Like, you always see those like infomercials late at night, be like, hey, you can farm alpacas and then shear them and make sweaters. But I never hear somebody like, hey, you can have a farm of kangaroos and then you can fucking train them to beat the shit out of your friends and people you hate.
Or it's like the extra late night where it's, hey, you know dog fighting's legal now, right? It's illegal? Well, guess what? Ain't nothing about goddamn kangaroo fighting.
I didn't see anything in the law about roos.
Bad kangaroo kennels. What we do here is we get. Why has it got to be a Southern person?
Because that's where it happens. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Yeah, I think cockfighting is. That's pretty. I think cockfighting's big in a lot of places, but we were talking about dog fighting, which is.
Well, I'm trying to have a nice conversation about a kangaroo, and you got to go and bring dicks into it.
Well, yeah. I was training for a cockfight for like 6 months, Richard. I was pissed when I showed up that there was chickens fighting.
Oh.
I showed up and I was flexing my dick.
I showed up, you're like, drop trout. I'm like, let's get this on. I'm like, it's chickens. Did you bring a chicken? And you're like, no.
What do we do with it? You guys are some sick sons of bitches.
But you try and find the chicken's butthole. And then we just stare at it. So apparently in Austria, there's like a whole bunch of kangaroo breeders. Because they say kangaroo breeders, plural.
Yeah, it wasn't just one. Well, I don't even know what you do with kangaroos besides maybe sell them to, like, zoos. But, like, any zoo I've ever been to, there's only, like, one. Because if you put too many together, they start a underground boxing ring.
I know, right? And then they're fucking throwing money at each other. And then they all have to go back to Australia. Because you know why? Because that's fucking animal prison.
Yeah, they go there. They think they're the badass world champion kangaroo boxer.
Yeah.
And they get down there and there's like, no, bitch. Checkmate
You do
this.
some of the Australian roos. Better watch out for the emus on A block. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true, the officer said. We hope the owner will come forward. What do you mean the owner? I think the owner's like, fuck that. I tried catching him. He fucking gave me a right hook.
Punched me one to the body and two to the head.
Yeah, and then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Let him wander.
Don't be on your own.
You
See how
earned
hard
your
the
free-
world is. You'll come back. Officer, I've lived my model. If you love something, let it go. And if it loves you, it'll come back. And
Yeah.
this kangaroo has not come back.
And then if it punches you in the fucking face, then you kick it out of your goddamn house.
That's what happened to my first wife. Punched me right in the face. She had drinking issues, officer. That's what I'm saying.
So did I. But I'm a mellow drunk.
I'm a fun drunk. She's a mean drunk.
She is. She's so angry. And where were you? Where were you, officer?
You know what? What's your name? Officer Fron? Yeah, I called you and you laughed, you son of a bitch.
I hate you. I hope that kangaroo punches you in the face. Over the weekend, Ferdinand Kander shared a video on Instagram of a kangaroo hopping over a green field. The video was recorded by Thomas Kaufman in nearby Kirchlag Belins in Upper Austria. So there's just like this Instagram video of this fucking kangaroo just hanging out. It's like la 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 la.
That's kind of sweet, actually, when you think about it.
I know, right? Just a picture of a kangaroo hopping along this green fucking meadow. It's like something you see out of the Smurfs.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
He's like, in my homeland, all we
I'm
have
a
is
kangaroo and I love the field. This green stuff is really awesome because I can eat it. Not like the bullshit sand in Australia.
Yeah, and all of a sudden you hear thunk and get shot with an arrow.
And then it just starts fucking swinging wildly.
Oh, yeah. It's like whenever the T-Rex.
They're like,
gets
oh,
shot.
God, it's punch drunk.
How's that go?
On Tuesday, local authorities confirmed to the BBC that the mystery kangaroo, Sean, is still at large.
Again, I go back to the fact that, like, if I don't know how big this town is, but if you were to tell me, like, in my town there's a kangaroo running around on its own, I'm not going outside. Like, I wouldn't want to turn a corner and run into that thing.
No shit. It's like the fucking mountain lion thing.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just sitting there fucking hanging out, having a beer, and then you fucking turn around and you see a mountain lion, like, you know, going like, hey, that beer looks kind of tasty. And then you're like, you know what? Take all the beer because you're a mountain lion and I want you to eat my face.
Yeah. Well, I think mountain lions, like, you wouldn't know, like, a mountain lion's there until it's, like, eating your face. A kangaroo, I feel like it's going to fuck with you. Like, you'll come around a corner, it'll just be standing there and looking at you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have time to process, like, is that a fucking kangaroo or a giant fucking mutant rabbit?
Do you think, yeah, I guess, is that your first thought? Is your first thought like, holy shit, that's a kangaroo? Or is your first thought, is that a giant mutant rabbit?
You know what?
And then is your next thought like, oh my God, did I do something? Have I pissed off a rabbit lately?
That's a good point. Yeah, your first thought probably, at least around here, is going to be like giant mutant rabbit.
Like you step outside, like you're thinking like, oh my God, this one time, like a couple weeks ago, I stepped outside and there was a fucking baby rabbit on the, like, hanging out in the front yard. And I was like, fuck you, rabbit. And I kicked it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this must be like the rabbit's mom. Like, you just kicked my kid?
Yeah,
no.
You see a little rabbit hop behind him. It's like, that was him, Mom. Like, oh, shit.
And I'm like, no, it wasn't me. It was my daughter.
Thump,
Take the girl.
Thump.
Yep. And then I die because that kangaroo would beat me to death with its own tiny, tiny fists.
I don't think they're very, like, Kangaroos are like 6 foot plus tall. Like they're big freaking animals.
Is that how tall they are?
Yeah, they're huge.
So shit, they're taller than me because I'm 5'8".
Yep. They're like, I think they're like 6 something, 6'2".
Damn.
Yeah, they're nothing to mess with. I think that's one of those animals that I think people think are small, but I think that's because they think of wallabies, which I think are like 3 to 4 foot. But yeah, kangaroos are big old monster animals.
So what you're saying is if I ever want to beat the shit out of an animal, I should punch a wallaby.
Probably not because they're like at nut punching range.
Ooh. Yeah, but wallabies don't know. Yeah, but wallabies don't know how to box, right? It's just the kangaroos. Oh my God, did they teach the fucking wallabies too?
Probably.
This
They've got
how it
like
starts.
Yeah, they have the small dude syndrome.
This is where the animal revolution is going to begin. I remember a long time ago we said it was going to be cows. I don't think it's going to be cows, Sean. I think the whole thing's going to start in Australia, and then the kangaroos are going to start teaching all the animals how to box. Oh my God, can you imagine a fucking boxing monkey? We're fucked. We're so fucked.
Well, I mean, all these animals
Or a
like
boxing bonobo.
have you?
Because then it's going to fucking punch you and then it's going to rape you, Sean. It's going to rape you. It's going to rape you in your butthole because it knows where it is because
It's not gonna miss bonobos. You know what? With a bonobo though, I think it'd be kind of at least sweet and passionate.
I'm going to walk into your fucking house and I'm going to find you laid out with your pants around your ankles and a banana jammed between your ass cheeks. I'm like, oh no, they got him. Why, God?
You're gonna be sniffing around, be like, I didn't think Sean smoked. And you're gonna look, and there's gonna be a bonobo sitting on the couch just smoking a cigarette.
Your turn. No,
You're next, Richard.
take the boy, and then I run outside.
Yeah, you ever think like animals, like at some point, if they ever get to an evolutionary spot where they're more advanced than us, they're gonna look back and be like, did we really let the humans run this world for so long?
Right? Be like, all we had to do was just like show up and punch him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, like a kangaroo could break into my house right now and beat the ever living shit out of me, probably.
That's a good point. Like if I'm sitting here doing a podcast with you, if all of a sudden a kangaroo like jumped through the window behind me,
Yeah, what would you do?
I'd fucking freak out.
Well, you already know
Because
you've had
then
an eagle fly through your window.
I did. And that scared the shit out of me too. And I wasn't even there, at least for the first part of it. But yeah, I think if a kangaroo like all of a sudden jumped through the window and was like, come fight me, bro. I'd be like, nope, I'm good. And then I just run out into the next room.
This house is yours now.
Yeah. And then I tell Amanda we have to move. The kangaroo wants
and
to.
he's like, no, she stays. She's like, well, sorry, babe.
No, it was a good run.
This is your new husband.
We had good times.
Like 6 months later, you call and she's like, who are you? I'm Richard. We were married for like 15 years. No, I've only known one love.
And it's kangaroo love.
And it's Rufus the kangaroo. I get it. That's clever.
He punched me right in the heart.
Well, good, because he punched me right in the balls and it hurt.
Yeah. Fuck that kangaroo. Don't you dare talk about my husband that way. Your husband? I'm your husband. Apparently, Sean, this is not the first kangaroo in Austria. Well, apparently not, since there's fucking breeders and I get there's zoos, but I didn't know that there were kangaroo breeders.
I hope that like zoos though, like animals aren't escaping on a regular basis.
Despite the fact that the country's tourist vendors, in fact, sell a shirt that says quite clearly, there's no kangaroos in Austria. Probably because, the whole confusion between Austria and Australia.
Oh, I get it.
So they're like, hey, there's no kangaroos here.
Is this like their version of Loch Ness Monster? It's like, oh, come to Austria and see the Austria kangaroo, Rufus.
Or come to Austria because there's no fear of a kangaroo showing up and punching you in the face. So that's a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
In January 2015, a kangaroo named Anton escaped his owners and was located looking lost in the snow.
He's like, what the fuck is this?
What the fuck? I know that kangaroo's probably flipping the fuck out.
So
be like, it's fucking cold.
You said owner, so like, do people have like kangaroos as pets there?
Well, in August of 2016, a kangaroo, possibly a pet named Paul, which I don't know how you can like make that guess. Be like, I don't know. It might be Paul. Might be somebody else. Might be Paul. He might be somebody else's pet kangaroo. Is that?
That's a good point.
In 2016, a kangaroo, possibly a pet named Paul, who escaped his Bavarian home during a thunderstorm.
He got scared.
This is fucked up, and bursts out the door.
All right, Cynthia, I'm going to go check on Paul.
I'm going to check on
Holy
Paul.
shit, he punched through the fucking wall again.
God damn it. Cynthia, I told you we need reinforcement.
I said I wanted a chihuahua, and you're like, no, let's get an exotic
Let's get a fucking kangaroo. And then it could teach me how to box. Just because you want to stand up to the man at the checkout aisle.
You know what, Richard? I mean, you go and look at baby kangaroos. You're like, I'm just going to look, but you'll come back home with one.
Okay. And the last story here, in 2016, a kangaroo escaped captivity and dodged police for weeks.
Was that Antoine?
No, this was a different one.
An unnamed kangaroo.
Escaped kangaroo spotted by several residents in the region dispels the popular phrase, there are no kangaroos in Australia.
That's what I'm trying to figure out if this is
there are no
their...
kangaroos in Austria, referencing the fact that the country is often confused with Australia. So this is from July of 2016. Is this kangaroo that was on the run? The kangaroo is one of two who escaped their private enclosure a few weeks ago. Although Hanny the kangaroo was returned to her enclosure after just a few days, Nani has evaded capture and remained on the loose.
I wouldn't think they could survive winter, though. Like they're
this is July, so.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it gets cold pretty quick. They don't find it in like 6 months,
right?
You're gonna see like some kangaroo on the street corner with like, a jacket with a can out, shaking it, standing by one of those hobo fires.
I just want to be warm. Holy shit, talking kangaroo punch.
Ow, he punches really hard. Yeah, I used to be world champion. One too many.
Not in Australia. Fuck you. Who said that? Police believe the animals escaped after children forgot to close the gate to the enclosure.
Wait a second. Why are kids around these big ass animals?
No shit. What's to stop that kangaroo from just being like punch and dead?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure that kangaroo could like fucking reach into a small child's chest and just pull out their heart.
I think they're known for eating human hearts. That's like their main delicacy.
I think you're right. I think you're right too. That's why zookeepers are so far and few between. And you always see zoos hiring for zookeepers because they sacrifice the zookeepers in order to keep our kangaroo overlords happy.
Yep, that's right. If you ever watch, like if they're in like one of the prison cells for these kangaroos, there's always a big line around that says "Do not cross," because if you do, snatch your heart out and eat it.
Molaram, sudaram, and then rip your fucking heart out.
I'm still
beating.
Confused by why they have all these pet kangaroos. Like, I don't know if I'm a big fan of exotic animals because a lot of times, like, they never end in great stories.
Maybe it's because of the joke. Like, hey, there's no kangaroos in Austria. Be like, fuck you, I've got 5.
Yeah. 4 of them are missing. They're unregistered kangaroos.
I don't know. I just see a trail of bodies with hearts missing. I don't know what's going on.
I leave milk out for them every day, and it's gone when I get up in the morning.
Every morning I find a hapless stranger and a hitchhiker or drifter, and I take him home and cut out his heart, and then I leave the heart on the front porch.
I thought you were going to get I love when Rufus leaves me a gift at the door. That's what it means. He kills a person just for me as a gift.
There's a body like laying on the porch every morning. It's for you. This is how he pays rent. He's just trying to show us he loves us. It's just some dude fucking pummeled to death by the fists of fury from this fucking kangaroo.
It's like the guy's still alive. It's like, oh, help me. It's like, oh, this one's still alive.
They managed to briefly secure Nani a few days ago, but having a taste for freedom, the kangaroo escaped the cage by jumping over the side and bouncing off. because the animal can jump 2 meters high.
Well, no wonder these things are escaping all this time. Like, these people have them as pets, but they're like, oh, well, here's a 2-foot fence.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize it could jump that high.
I never saw Looney Tunes. The animal can jump around 2 meters high and, according to police, cannot be anesthetized for fear it will run away and then fall unconscious in the middle of a road.
What's anesthetize mean?
Like anesthesia.
Oh, I gotcha.
They're afraid of knocking it out because they're afraid it'll run away and then fall asleep in a road.
Don't they have the Autobahns there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you
Oh
imagine?
my God. You hit a fucking kangaroo going fucking 85 miles an hour.
Just boosh.
Thing just explodes.
No!
Nani?
Do you think when they jump over those fences, you could see their butthole?
Probably lands in your fucking windshield.
Yeah, Steven Spielberg's like, I'm moving to Austria.
I know exactly what to do next. The owner has offered a reward of £150 for relevant tips as to the kangaroo's whereabouts. The kangaroo has been spotted in several locales by several locals, including Renee Bacher, who said she saw the animal on her way to work. At first, I thought that my eyes were playing a trick on me, but when I pulled up directly nearby, I was certain. I looked and I said, holy shit, do we have mutant bunnies? It is not the first or even the second time that an escaped kangaroo has been spotted in the wild. Blah, blah, blah. And then all the other ones I talked about.
You know what you get from this, Richard? This is very much like Florida's python epidemic that's going on. You know, all these people brought in these exotic snakes.
They bring in snakes and like everybody, like they let them go or they just get out.
And like 6 cats, you're like, oh, I guess owning a Burmese python is a horrible idea. Well, I can't kill it, so let me just let it out in this backyard in the swamp.
Yeah, and then they go in the swamp and then they fuck.
Yeah, they're like overtaking Florida. Yeah. So that's what you're gonna get here. You're gonna get
like come here with your python self. Let me find your butthole and I'm gonna lick it with my forked tongue. La, 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 la. That's not how baby snakes are made.
Steven Spielberg presents
Planet Earth with buttholes.
But yeah, maybe that's what's happening here. They're just going to take over and overpopulate, and then Austria is just going to be Roostria.
Yeah, ruled by the iron fist of the fucking kangaroo. This is how it starts. Nani is he's the Caesar of kangaroos. and looks like that's that. That's, so apparently Austria has a problem with fucking kangaroos just wandering around, even though they make these jokes like, hey, we're not Australia. We don't have kangaroos. Watch out for the one that's wandering around a green field that just likes to hang out, because if you approach it, there's a fair chance it might punch you in the face and eat your heart.
Well, I guess in all this warning that you have, Richard, so was that your Richard's closing thought right there, or do you have a better one?
No, let's stick with that.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me do a little bit of housekeeping before the mountain lion hanging outside comes in. Visit our website, we're languageofbromance.com. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at languageofbro. Email us at eatthebeaver@languageofbromance.com. Make sure you come out and see us live in Chicago at the Beat Kitchen on November 27th. You'll also get to see the great podcast, What About Chicago? Tickets are only $12, so come on out and check us out and see the Bromance live.
Yeah. You could see both these beautiful faces and then be like, he said they were beautiful faces. I've been had.
You can like us on Facebook. And, we're really wanting to help make this podcast reach more and more people. I mean, we'll even let kangaroos listen to it. So go out, promote the podcast, recruit some people for this LB Army by getting people to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and Spotify.
And when you're there, you could throw up a rating and a review, because those ratings and reviews are super helpful. It makes sure that it helps get more eyeballs to look at us, even kangaroo eyeballs.
Yeah. And remember, you can always find us as part of the kangaroo-friendly podcast network, the Pod Bros Network.
Yeah, because I don't want to get punched in the face.
And if you want to go a little bit further and help protect us against the war upcoming with the Kangaroos, join our LLB Army like our LLB Army member, Brian, and go to our Patreon accounts, www.patreon.com/language of bromance.
Nailed it.
All right. Was there anything before I close her up?
No, we're done here.
All right. Well, that's all the bros we have for this show. I'm Sean.
Nah, I'm Richard.
And I say we eat the beaver.
You know what else says? You know what else says a beaver has? Buttholes.
Steven Spielberg presents Beaver Buttholes.
Beaver Buttholes 9.
Yeah, you kind of took a wrong turn there, Steven.
Or was it a right turn?